Hello and welcome back to the Sports Centre. Today we're talking about Liverpool's summer transfer window, but this time it isn't a player coming into the club, it's a player that is potentially leaving Anfield, and that is Liverpool's Colombian winger Luis Díaz. And there was reports yesterday that a deal is all but agreed to take Díaz away from Anfield to Germany, to Bayern Munich, which will shock quite a lot of people really, including myself, because for the last couple of years now, there's been strong rumours linking him with a move away, and in particular to Barcelona. Now we all know Barcelona have their issues in terms of money they can spend. They've just got Marcus Rashford on a season-long loan, so therefore that rules Díaz out of the move to Catalonia, ultimately paving the way for him to move to the German giants, that is Bayern Munich. Now, before we get into the transfer itself, I want to have a quick look back at Luis Díaz's career so far, up to present, at Anfield. Now, Díaz came in the 2021-2022 season at the end of the January transfer window, and Liverpool didn't actually want to sign him in this window. Liverpool wanted to get him in the summer window 6 months down the line, but Tottenham came in for the player. There was rumours that he was interested in going to London. He wanted to get that big move, so that kick-started Liverpool into saying, right, okay, we'll take you in this window then. And to be fair, when Díaz came in, it was a great signing. He showed some great flair, some great tricks. A little bit of what Liverpool was missing at the time. I remember Trent Alexander-Arnold pinned like a 60-70 diag ball to him, and he pulled it down on a Cruyff, and it was just like, oh my God, what is this? It was ridiculous. And at the time, I wondered what had happened, because I was sat in the stand opposite, and I could just see all the crowd going mental. I thought, what the hell's just happened? How's he brought that ball down then? So he definitely brought a bit of that South American flair to Anfield. Now, the following season, Díaz was hit with a bad injury. He picked up a bad knee ligament injury away at Arsenal that kicked him out of action from October till April. And I have to say, I think this took its toll on Díaz's performance, because when he came back, he wasn't the same player. He looked like he'd lost a yard or two of pace, and I think it took him a little while to kind of get back up to speed with things and the pace of the Premier League. And I've got Díaz's stats here now. I'm just looking. He played 13 games in his first season, which ultimately he only played half a season. He got 4 goals, 3 assists. Now the next season, obviously bad injury, he got 17 games, and very similar again, 4 goals, 2 assists. The 2023-24 season, he played a full season, 37 Premier League games, 8 goals. Now, for a wide player, and I'm not putting him on the same bar as Mo Salah, because Mo Salah's just different level. He's ridiculous, but still, you want to be expecting 10 to 12 goals maybe minimum for an attacking wide player, and obviously Díaz is just not hitting that standard. And then last season he played 36 games in the Premier League, 13 goals, 5 assists, so he was hitting that peak then. But there's a big but with that. He was used as a false 9 for quite a lot of last season. He was getting the nod in front of Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota, God bless his soul, at times throughout last season. So it showed that he had the faith of Arne Slot, and Slot trusted him to play that false 9. Now Liverpool brought Díaz in for around about £37.5 million, which at the time, it was, say you're breaking the bank for that, but they brought him in a decent transfer, you would say. 55,000 a week is rumoured to be what Luis Díaz is on now. He's still on the same deal by all accounts, and he apparently, I'm led to believe, let me just read my notes here. So Díaz is 28, and he's still got 2 years, the best part of 2 years left on this deal. Liverpool's ridiculous business there. Ridiculous. And if you're reading the rumours, the reason why Díaz wants away is for a pay rise. And apparently Liverpool won't give him that pay rise. So Liverpool are happy at this moment in time to keep Diaz. You know, they've said all along that, you know, we're not willing to sell the player, we don't need to sell the player. And quite rightly so. If you've got a player of Diaz's quality sat on £55,000 a week in the Premier League, bearing in mind he's a Premier League champion, and yes, he will have got bonuses for probably winning the Premier League, no doubt. But just let that sink in. A Premier League player, he's in Liverpool's starting 11 every single week pretty much, and he's on £55,000 a week. That's just unheard of. And that's why Liverpool are quite happy for him to sit on this current deal and potentially run his contract down, because they're quids in. They're absolutely quids in. Now, do I think that Liverpool could have offered him a new contract and probably doubled his wages? Absolutely. But we all know Liverpool's business model. And Liverpool's owners, unless you are of an elite world-class level, i.e. Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk, Liverpool do not tend to offer big deals to players that are around the 30-year-old. Now, Diaz, I think, is he's 28 years old, so he's 29 in January. So he's knocking on the door of 30. So this is why Liverpool is thinking, well, do you know what? Absolutely fine. You know, you run your contract down and we'll be absolutely quids in. But here is where, again, Liverpool, their owners, FSG, Hughes and Edwards have done great business here. So they've remained firm all through this summer window, saying that he's not for sale. Don't need to sell him. Why do we need to sell him? Good player, sat on I'm just saying pittance, but pittance compared to players of that level, probably at other clubs. So, therefore, why would we need to sell unless we get a ridiculously good deal? And Bayern Munich have put what's led to believe round about, is it 75 to 80 million euros? So, round about 65 million pounds. And Liverpool, I dare say, are going to have had probably Diaz's best days. Would you say that? Let me know in the comments. I generally think that Liverpool have probably had Luis Díaz's best part of his career now. You only think that he's going to get probably one more bumper deal after this, and he's on the decline. You know, Father Time's going to catch up with him, and he's going to lose a yard of pace, and yeah. So again, absolutely smart business from Liverpool to keep hold of the player, remain firm in the fact that we don't need to sell, we don't want to sell unless you're going to come to the table with a bag full of money that we cannot say no to. And Bayern Munich, I don't think have come with the bag that full. I think the bag could have been fuller, but ultimately Liverpool potentially have got bigger business to look at, and this could fund that other bigger business. And if Diaz does move, like the reports are suggesting that the deal's pretty much done, I thank him for his services. He's been a great servant to Liverpool, and I wish him all the best in Germany and for the rest of his career. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, as a Liverpool fan, I don't think any Liverpool fan that can be sat potentially watching this video or out there would disagree that this is not smart business from the ownership of Liverpool once again. But let me know in the comments what you think. Good business, bad business? Do you think it's a good move for Diaz? I personally do. I think he's done it all apart from obviously European glory at Liverpool. He's done all the both domestic cups. He's won the Premier League. He'll go to Bayern Munich, and I dare say he'll probably pick up a couple of Bundesliga titles, and he will be in the mix to win a Champions League medal pretty much every single year. So I think for all parties this deal makes sense. But let me know what you think, guys. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and hit that subscribe button right now. I'll catch you in a bit.